Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. Quick reminder, XRP Las Vegas, May 30th, 31st. Bitcoin Las Vegas is the 2 days before that. And the sales are going nuts, I can tell you that. And we're going to have, this thing's going to be probably 3 or 4 times bigger than ever, is what I'm projecting right now. So you can go to xrplasvegas.com to get tickets. You can also get discount MGM Grand Hotels. You can also look in the description of my video, and there's a link to it if you just want to click on it. Now, check this out. Something interesting is going on in the crypto markets that hasn't happened even during the XRP surge. And that is, we're seeing, there's a little uptick in new money coming into the market. This had not been more than about 3.4 trillion, but this morning I noticed now it's at 3.54. That's a good sign. We've got a Bitcoin 96,000. XRP still in the number 3 spot by a long shot. It's at 257. I have a feeling we're going to see some interesting stuff here in the next few days. Remember, today we might have both the announcement that RLUSD is live and the announcement of the new SEC commissioner, both of which are major bullish for XRP, probably more than any other digital asset. Here's a reminder: it's not for me. It's not a coincidence that all of a sudden XRP is taking its rightful place towards the top, because it's gone through all of the devious stuff over the last few years, including regulatory capture. But I just wanted to remind everybody, the last time we had a free market for XRP and digital assets, before Bitcoin and Ethereum had this quasi-free pass for each other, while the rest of the market had the door slammed on it by Bill Hinman. The last time we had a free market was really January 2018, because that's when everything went in motion. The marketing for Bitcoin and Ethereum, all that stuff. 2020, when they dropped the Ripple lawsuit, yeah, that was bad. But in June 14th, I believe, 2018 was when Bill Hinman gave his speech. But pretty much, once they saw Ripple doing or XRP doing what it was destined to do, because it's a better version of Bitcoin, then that's when all the forces went in motion to slow it down. And that was right around this time right here, his tweets from January 2nd, 2018. But what was included in that change was guys like Pompliano. All of a sudden, they went from completely understanding. In fact, I should have let me pull the tweet. Here it is. They went, guys like this was a part of the entire machine at work. Guys like Pompliano, who until January-ish 2018, he completely understood XRP. He went from that to acting like, scratching his head, acting like he just can't figure, why not just use Bitcoin? And I should note, Anthony Pompliano is, quote, ex-military intelligence. So this is what Ripple did, and look, Stellar's not too far behind, when everybody was just dealing with a free market. This was a picture from yesterday, Pompliano, Scaramucci, and crazy Michael Saylor. And up here I said I fixed it. This is Pompliano back on August 31st, 2017. If you think Bitcoin went on a tear once CNBC and institutional investors learned about it, just wait till they discover Ripple XRP. And then this was a tweet he liked: if Bitcoin is a storm, XRP will be a Category 5 hurricane. So Anthony Pompliano has always known full well what XRP was compared to Bitcoin, but he put his true beliefs on the shelf for the last 5 or 6 years, and I've always wondered why. RLUSD is loading. This is Coin Market Cap. They've got this on there, but there's no numbers or anything to reflect yet. But this thing is supposed to go live. The rumors is it's going live today, and also that we're going to get the new announcement for the new SEC chairman. Ripple stablecoin has over 1,000 trust lines in its debut hours by users in anticipation of its global launch. And then we have this from Paul Barron talking about XRP price target.
Kind of just a price potential here for Ripple. One analyst drawing comparison to a $13 run. If you look at the charts and also the comparison between kind of a token that has been suppressed, much like what happened with Tesla in certain areas around some of these people countering what Tesla was doing. But if you look at what happened with Tesla, right there, the explosion, SEC versus Tesla lawsuit ends, bam. Right here, SEC lawsuit ends, and we've seen this big run. Could we be right here on the edge of this and could be $13 down in the book market? I don't know. I think a lot of people are still questioning whether or not XRP can run to that level. Still, though, I think it's within range.
Not this digital asset investor. Price target of $13. I like it. What I think is interesting, he says years of suppression of Tesla by the SEC. When the lawsuit ended, the chart went up parabolic. See, folks, this is it. This is the big one. I mean, and now, I want to, and then this is from Crypto Bull. XRP consolidated for 7 years. That means it will go higher than most coins. A famous saying in technical analysis, the longer the base, the higher in space. And we'll remind you, this is Brian, what was his last name? I'm drawing a blank on his last name. This is when CNBC was helping CNBC also has amnesia about what they knew about XRP back then too, just like Pompliano. But this is what they were saying back then.
Luis Yamada say, the bigger the base, the higher in space. The bigger the base, the higher in space.
Okay, I don't know if that's copyrighted music. I just wanted you to see that. Same thing Crypto Bull was saying. Here's the one I wanted you to see.
Down from the peaks up here, right? The whole crypto market has kind of gone sideways here. But what does Luis Yamada say? The bigger the base, the higher in space. In my view, you have to have people start using that XRP, that Ripple currency, in substitute for foreign currency. But that's...
Says, to be honest, XRP will not pump like the other cryptos. It will pump parabolically like in 2017. XRP will pump over $100 in a day. Now, I don't know about that. 30,000+%. I don't know about that either. I'm just saying, I think it's going to go parabolic. I do believe that. This is Austin Reed, who is global head of revenue and business at crypto prime brokerage firm Falcon X. We trade billions in digital assets. XRP trading is on fire. We've seen 10 times growth in volume at Falcon X between the first and second halves of Q4. This isn't just retail action. Institutions are driving the momentum. Then this is from Eleanor Terrett. Lots of people asking me if reports about Paul Atkins being picked up by the next SEC chair are true. I'll say this, it's not confirmed until we see the official statement from Donald Trump. Now, we haven't seen that yet. We've seen a lot of people announce Paul Atkins, but we haven't seen that. Jeremy Hogan says Trump picks former SEC. Now, he's saying it like he thinks it's fact. I don't know. I hadn't seen it from Trump yet. He's given you the pros and cons on Paul Atkins. He has advocated for reasonable and workable regulation in the digital asset space, especially with the exchanges. He's steady hand who was SEC chair for 8 years. It will be hard for Dems to attack him. Negatives. He won't be the bull in the china shop many in the crypto space want. He will make measured and deliberate changes. Overall, I give this appointment a B+ for the digital asset industry. That was good enough to get me a law degree. So yeah. Now, remember, Stuart Alderati had Paul Atkins on his favorite list. Okay, he had put out a tweet naming Paul Atkins as he'd be a great person at the SEC. Now, Cowboy Crypto, who is the official cowboy of the Digital Asset Investor channel, found an older clip from back January 2022 of Paul Atkins.
It's been Gensler, Chairman Gensler's been in not quite a year in his position. So it took him a while, of course, to fill some of the spots. As far as the senior spots at the SEC. So I think we've yet to see what's going to go on, but I think all indications are they're going to be aggressive on the enforcement side. They could spread their forces too thinly, and if people push back in court, the SEC may find itself, like it has in the past, not being successful before an Article 3 judge who may not be impressed by their arguments. So we'll see. I mean, one case that actually started under Jay Clayton is his penultimate day in office is the lawsuit against Ripple regarding XRP and whether or not that is a security. We should get a ruling in that trial here sometime here in the next couple months, maybe. So that may be an indication of where things are going to go. And perhaps the SEC is waiting to see how it might fare in court on that. But a lot of these arguments, especially if they take aim at trading platforms, are going to get back to the essential question of what is a security and what's not. Because again, the SEC does not have jurisdiction over a trading platform if it's not trading a security. So, we come back to that essential question.
So just one question on that essential question. So as we know, the definition of security is quite murky. Is there any universe in which Ether could be considered a security in the current SEC? Because Chair Gensler has suggested in the past that he believes Ether to be a security.
Well, going back even before Chairman Gensler was nominated and of course confirmed and appointed.
Now, when you listen to this part, I want you to understand something. The reason none of these people would ever speak of ETHgate is very simple. It was a part of the Hinman plan, and the plan was, if we give Bitcoin and Ethereum this quasi regulatory free pass where nobody can, it's like a moving target. It's vague, but everybody gets, the market gets an indication from the SEC that those two are not securities. And we do this we can give them this for the next 4 or 5 years. Two things will happen. One, they will attract most of the capital, okay? But two, and maybe more importantly, once they've attracted a lot of capital, all of the people at the SEC and in government and in the markets will say, wait, you can't go and call Ethereum a security now because it would hurt the market. That was part of the plan, folks. That was the whole point. That was why they did it. And he addresses that here, and he's coming from a neutral standpoint, but he's making the same point. I won't say who told me, but in the middle of us uncovering ETHgate, it was expressed to me that was the biggest concern of the people involved in ETHgate, was that they were worried that if the XRP army kept it up and kept that conversation going, that it would put the SEC in a very weird spot. And that's why Gary Gensler never would say what Ethereum is one way or another, because he had people yelling over his shoulder, don't you do it, you will kill this market. I firmly believe that.
There were some people who were saying, he's going to take a very hands-off approach to the crypto world because, he knows it and understands it and that sort of thing. I think that is not indicated by anything before or, currently. I think his, he had that lecture at MIT that people can pull up on YouTube or whatever, where he talks about how Ether is a security. But we heard back under, the previous administration, Bill Hinman gave a speech where he talked about how Ether has morphed from arguably being a security at the beginning with its, how it came about and the organization around it, to how it's morphed into that arguably it's not a security. So that actually gave a lot of people some comfort, although it was only a speech by a staff member and it's not a statement or action of the commission. But at least that was something. So I think it's arguable that Bitcoin and Ether are not securities, and there's an indication that the SEC may well take that particular point. But I think the ramifications of declaring Ether to be a security are huge, and I don't think the market really understands what that would mean with rescission rights of people who have had, who have traded Ether. If it's an unregistered security, that could just have a huge impact on, that whole ecosystem.
Well, and it would also make a lot of the people that were involved inside traders too, like overnight. Okay, in DAIXRP.com, we're going to talk about five XRP price scenarios as we go forward, and we're going to talk about some other things too. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button. Tell your friends and family. Let's talk 5 price scenarios. Here we go.